Rush from way back in the day. As you can gather, we're playing the 12-inch out. Well, we're going to give that a skip right now. And we have more important things to do. Literally, we consider as the #1 band in Canada online right now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or lady and gentlemen, or is it good evening over there?
It is good evening. Good afternoon to New Zealand.
Next week is day away, too.
Yeah.
Wednesday, you have to wear.
Yeah, look, welcome to the future.
That's what it looks like. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's really good to throw your boys forward, don't you think? Anyway, I got to say to you, Sean, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. I love your hat, by the way. Every photo I've ever seen you in, that hat really is quite prominent. I love it. You have to buy one and send it to me. You don't want me to take mine off. You really don't. And the lovely Claudette. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, too. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Now, you two are a whole band with you, all three people in the back there.
It's just our heads are bigger than everyone else's.
It's true.
What it, does that...
the rest of our band with us.
Yeah, they're way back there.
Yeah, all the way back there. And I see you've got to follow... to have you along. You can't go anywhere without having a read in front of you, can you? Anyway, we're here to discuss your forthcoming tour in New Zealand. We're going to touch on that very, very shortly. But let's get a little history. Now, Claudia, about 2 years of age?
Yeah, my first performance I ever did, I was 2 years old, and I sang Mr. Sun. I kind of forced my way onto the stage, and ever since then I haven't stopped. I did my first country, and it progressed from there. Joined bands and did my emotional emo rock thing, and went into electronic, and I've come full circle coming back to country, which has been amazing. There's something to be said about doing playing with a live band. Everyone's so talented, and so to be able to play with all of these guys is really amazing.
Now, I take it, Claudette, you haven't stopped literally storming your way onto the stage. I heard that you actually won the position that you're with right now?
I don't think I won it.
Oh, did you? Oh, well done. Yeah, Sean, I knew you had good taste. I really do. And Claudette absolutely completes your band. I'm sure you feel that way. But let's go a little bit back into the past. Now, you had a previous album to the one you've released. That was with another lady by the name of Juliet, is it? Jackie, sorry, Jackie. I had her name before, you know. I don't know where Juliet came from. But Jackie, what happened to Jackie? How come she moved on? And I feel that, what happened there?
Oh, sorry, we kind of lost you there for a minute. I need you to repeat the question.
Okay. Why did Jackie move on?
Well, I think it was a mutual thing. The last CD was a lot more traditional, fiddle player and banjo, and we still do, but we just went in a very traditional direction, and she was a little bit more of an old school kind of singer, you know, more of a, you know, anyway, so basically we decided to go in a different direction. We wanted to go more modern, we wanted to go more rock, and now when we travel around, people label us more wanted to go. And we wanted to bring in someone that had a little more modern experience, a little more of a rock background, and Colette fits all of that. So that's why we're here today with Colette, and we just agreed to disagree and go into different directions.
Look, I completely understand that, and you are completely right. Job, and you've got such a polished sound these days. Your new album, when are you looking at releasing this?
Well, right now we're building a repertoire. Since I joined the band about a year ago, it's been, and for us, it's best song wins. So right now, we're putting out singles. We've put together a 3-song EP, and we're just honestly hoarding songs so that we can release the best music possible. And once we feel like we have a ton of amazing singles, I think is when we're going to release a full album. But right now, the music industry is very single driven, and so we're going to be a single driven band until
there's a demand for them. You know,
exactly.
Like when there's a real demand for an album, then we'll do it.
I have the 3 singles that you're talking about, and hopefully we'll have time to be able to drop at least a couple of those in through our interview. I know you're stressed for time. I only have half an hour apparently. Would love a couple of days, to be honest, to be able to cover everything that you've been doing.
Well, we can't be bought here. You know?
Going to take me. Anyway, you only live once. Now, what was the inspiration for this?
Well, that was the first song that we recorded with me as the lead singer of the group, and so the first show that I performed with Mia May, a producer songwriter that I know quite well, was out at the show. He was playing for another artist we were performing with. And he came up, he was really excited about the live show and was candid with us just about our songs. And so came out of that meeting. And so as we mentioned earlier, it's a best song wins. And so Only Live Once was written by Dan and a co-writer. And we heard the song, we love that it sampled We Will Rock You. And it was a song that we decided would introduce me as the new singer in Me and May. So that's where Only Live Once came from.
Very, very nice. And speaking of samples, I'm actually doing a sample for another band that you're going to be on. They've got a little project for me to do, because I actually do play with music myself and take it and absolutely screw with it and hand it back and hope they like it. And I'm sure Adam in the background there, you've got the backline in the background. I'm sure Adam can understand what I'm saying. I've lost where I was heading with this, but you know, Sean, you've had such a colourful career as well. Would you like to give us a little bit about your background and your past and how you got into music?
Well, my story is kind of similar to Colette's in a sense where when I was a kid, and I fell in love with that sort of West Coast country rock kind of sound. And then I grew up and started to get into sort of more rock and stuff and hard rock. I played in metal bands and hard rock bands and blues bands and all kinds of stuff. And then 5-6 years ago, I decided on this last CD. So yeah, I went to music school as well. I played in jazz quartets and all kinds of stuff like that. So
right.
I don't consider myself as any type of musician. In particular, I don't label myself. I just am a musician playing whatever is happening at the moment. So
well,
right now it's country rock. I wish these guys played with me that way.
Well, we absolutely love what you're doing at the moment. Now, there's a little hint here that you've actually worked with Carly Rae Jepsen. Would you tell us about that?
Yeah, secret's out.
Yeah, it's completely gone now.
Yeah. Well, we had the same manager when she released her first CD, which did quite well in Canada, but not internationally. It had a couple of mild hits in Canada, and her manager had asked me to give her guitar lessons. So we co-wrote a song that was the first single that this band ever released about 4 or 5 years ago, and yeah, so that's how that happened.
Was that Love Me Lonely?
Love Me, Leave Me Lonely.
Leave Me Lonely. Fair enough. I've got a spelling mistake. What was the intention of writing those words?
Well, my ex-wife left me.
Ah, there it is. There it is.
It's really about that. That's how it started, and it was the first. So that's how that song came along. And then, but I'm a terrible lyricist, so I came up with the title and a few words, and then Carly came in and helped me rewrite all the lyrics. So
nice.
I'll tell you, I'm a terrible lyricist.
But I got to be honest with you.
You think Josh says it himself?
Songs come out of real life experience, don't they?
Absolutely, and some of the best songs also come the easiest as well when you're writing.
Yeah, look, I fully agree with you. I've spent some time with a lot of artists around the world, and you know, the 2-minute song can. I was talking to a guy called Troy Tipton not so long ago. Now, he's worked with bands like Black Sabbath and Deep Purple, and he says, you know, it's taken me months and months and months to write a song, but then the other night I just sat down and wrote one. It happens that way sometimes, doesn't it?
Well, with Feel Good Feeling, that's exactly how it happened. Do you like that segue?
Yes, and in fact, I love that segue. I was heading there myself.
Well, Feel Good Feeling came really fast. As Colette mentioned earlier, we've been working and had offered to write with us. He was already getting hits in Canada with other bands. And so we had a conversation after that show. I phoned him up, and we started talking about what are we going to write about. And he started describing the sound of the band. He said, you guys have sort of a feel-good feeling kind of vibe. And then I thought, hey, man, there's the title of the next song. Let's start with the title and work from there. And then we got together, and we hung out for about 4 hours. It was about 15 minutes of writing and 3 hours and 45 minutes of sitting around drinking beers and talking about life. So the song came so fast.
Yeah, as you do. Now, the whole band are with you. Yeah, brilliant. Always love interrupting practices because it gives the band or the backline the time to go and grab a beer, sit down and have a little relax. You know, drumming's not easy. Playing a bass is...
Drumming ain't easy.
Where's your drum camera?
All day long anyway.
And anyway, would you mind if I actually threw on a track so that some of our listeners can refresh themselves, know what we're talking about, and the reason why we're... so we think, again, the sample is absolutely brilliant, but we also think the whole composition of it is well done. And I'm going to ask you very, very shortly, who was the producer? So I'll talk to you about that in a minute. once, and yes, we have them live to here from British Columbia, Vancouver, Canada right now, and I got a big apology. It is Colette, not Claudette, isn't it? I am so sorry.
I just didn't want to be a jerk. I'm like,
I have no idea why I called you Claudette. Maybe it was my own handwriting. But I've been doing it for a few days now, to be quite honest. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, it could be. Anyway, yeah, she does this all the time. Really, she does. Now, what's the tour dates like at the moment in Canada? Where are you heading next?
well, we are hitting the road on Thursday to make our way out to Alberta. And so we're going to be doing some shows in Moose Jaw. We're heading to Saskatchewan, Regina. Then we're making our way back. We're doing Grant Prairie, Vanderhook back in BC. It's about a week long, so we're excited about that.
Yeah, they're basically like secondary markets, sort of smaller towns, just to go out there and get warmed up and spread the gospel of me and May.
Yeah, look, I don't blame you. In fact, they make the bigger impact, you know what I mean? They are the ones that actually go to the cities and fill up the stadiums that we're expecting to see when you guys hit our stages here in New Zealand. Now, we're because we want to introduce you to a bit of New Zealand lifestyle. We think you would fit in absolutely perfectly, don't you, Barbara?
Of course I will. I think I would fit really, really well.
You might not go back.
Again, I know Barbara will. But we've got a whole host.
Nervous face on that.
Yeah, Dave's starting to look real nervous now. You go under the bed. I was talking to Dave today. Oh no, I'm thinking of another Dave, aren't I? Oh my God, I get so many bass players and so many drummers and so many people, and most of them are called Dave. Can I call you Dave?
So is Ben and Joe. They're all Dave.
Yeah, they're all Dave. Let's call them. Dave's not here. Anyway, Sean, with such a busy you just do the weekends.
Well, this tour coming up, we're doing 2 nights on, 2 nights off, 5 nights on, 5 or 6 nights, and then one of the days we're doing 2 shows. Colette's got a really strong voice, and it doesn't wear out. I don't understand how that works. Mine wears out, but hers doesn't. So we go hard, and we take on as many shows as we can. So.
Yeah, that's amazing, because a lot of the performers that I meet and have met over the years, they like to have a little time in between just to be able to be able to do such a busy schedule like that. Now, are you looking at touring, say, Europe and maybe into America? And
we're looking at doing a tour in the U.S. to start entering that market. So that's been the first little edge out of Canada that we're doing, and we're hoping to do it on a much larger scale. The world doing what we love, that's the dream. So
absolutely brilliant. Now we want to bring you down here. Have you ever heard of New Zealand before?
Of course, I dated a Kiwi a long time ago.
We won't get you to mention any names, but it is nice to have a Kiwi relationship, don't you think?
Absolutely.
So now you're going to come here and... New Zealand did he come from? Can you tell me?
Oh my goodness, it was a long time ago. One of the small, it was a bigger city. It was a much bigger city.
Believe me, they travel around the world and meet nice people like yourselves. So we will actually going to be doing a show in Auckland. You guys are going to be there, so we'll take you around Auckland. But
I'm sure it's amazing. I look forward to seeing it.
When we have you guys down here, we have so much planned for you guys, including taking you out on yachts and helicopter rides, even car racing. We've got a New Zealand champion who's going to loan us his car to get you guys to have a little run around and keep you guys involved. I hope you don't mind wild foods. We're going to introduce you to some wild food.
Do we have to wait till next year? Can we come sooner?
Yeah, yacht, which means water.
I'm in. Yacht. I'm in.
Okay, look, we'll take you out on the Hauraki Golf, which is in Auckland, and believe me, you're going to absolutely love what we've got. Yeah, right. Now I've got a game going on. You know.
Joel and I play golf.
Nice. Well, you know, I'm really. So we've got a private golf course all booked up for you guys. Michael Hill Jewelers, he lives down in South Island, and he's going to allow us to go around his own. So you're going to be within good company. The only one is I'm going to be left outstanding because I'm the only DJ amongst you. So you'll be able to pick on me. No worries. Yeah. What about DJ Sharon?
The listeners could see it.
You know, Geronova can actually play golf as well. In fact, I'm sure she plays it better than me. Have some fun, don't you think?
Are you good, Joe?
Anyway.
I'm a really good caddy.
So I know how good I am. I'm a branch manager. I work in trees. Anyway, we've got you booked down for a possible 14 dates, and believe me, we want to take you to the Cook Islands, to Fiji, and to Australia first before you come to New Zealand. It's called the Power to New Zealand concert because we're powering ourselves all through all of these islands to get right back here to New Zealand. And New Zealand is a consortium of islands as well, you know, the North, the South, and even Stewart Islands. So it's all. The Australians don't agree, but we seem to think we own it. So everybody over there, they belong to us. So you'll get the little connotations backwards and forwards between New Zealand. You know, it's. Can they?
Apparently they can this year.
Well, but I mean, they have a lot of Canadians on their team, so.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing like stealing people to. Anyway, we have a thing between Australia and New Zealand, a rugby thing. Our national sport is rugby union, and we have a thing, a team called the All Blacks. That's okay. That's where they belong. So you will get the connotations backwards and forwards, like we will learn between yourselves and the Americans and as well. I'll have to introduce you, Sean, to a guy called Pete, believe me, manager of Black Market 3. What a laugh. Absolute brilliant guy. And he's challenged me to play a game of pool for my...
God, no. I'm not really good at much, really.
Okay, well...
Sean's a guitar player, not our band.
See, the reason that we're trying to get away from work right now is to let you know that you can be comfortable relaxing, and we have a lot of things for you to be able to do. Now,
hey man, I'll be on that yacht. Just put me on that yacht with the guitar. I'll be just fine. A few drinks and I'll be fine.
Awesome. In fact, we're expecting...
Barbara's gonna take care of you.
I gotta watch what I say. I think my wife's listening in, so I gotta watch what I say.
Yeah, believe me, my wife is listening in.
And my husband.
Yeah. But Barbara... Believe me.
She only said Sean. She only said Sean. She's gonna take real good care of you, Sean.
Yeah, I'm gonna take care of the rest of you. We are expecting to bring also a TV crew with us, so we're going to be documenting everything that's going on at the time. So believe me, we'll be able to send information back. I presume you get
to travel if I can when we go for long periods of time. I have 2 kids as well, and I just like to travel with them. So most likely, I mean, I think they'd be pretty mad if I didn't bring them on this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And we would the rest of the guys back there, they haven't told me whether they're married, single, or maybe just like sheep.
A bit of everything.
From this album that you're getting a collective of singles for, what are you looking for in the future with the band? Where are you looking at taking it?
It's kind of one song at a time, really, and this whole, I didn't sing it all in the last CD, and we decided to try it on this one. It seems to be working. We just think about one song at a time, really, and playing our live shows the best we can.
Nice. And believe me, you're doing so well at what you're doing at the moment. Are you looking at taking out any of the awards now? I know, just quietly, that you've been running for Band of the Year. How's that going for you?
Oh, you mean on Music Road Radio there?
Yes.
Well, to be honest, we don't get caught up in that stuff. Like, we don't. Think about that too much, it's not really why we do it.
Yeah, no, we figured that was the kind of people that you were, and it is nice to have humble people in front of us, but at the and be able to have a good rapport between each other. And, well, you know, this just keeps on coming up. And we keep on voting for you.
But like Sean said, you know, just playing and meeting wonderful people like you, that's a more than that.
Oh, yeah, you just hit the right. From IMP Indie Country.
Absolutely.
How would you
Are we just supposed to say hello to Susie?
Yeah, give her a shout out. And your guys' careers, he was the guy that actually put us onto you in the first place. So I thank him for that. And I also she has good taste in music, and believe me, you guys are right there, right up high in her bracket. She's recommended us across the board to you. Good people like yourselves.
Thank you.
Now,
this internet radio thing seems to be really taking over. Well, it's an internet world now, isn't it? So, but I think you guys are scaring the commercial radio stations, based on how well you guys are doing. So, and we're humbled that internet's taking us on the way it has been. So
yeah, look, I tell you what, it really is the way to go. I think FM is a dying art, to be quite honest, even though FM radio announcers don't agree with me. Wonder why. Within our own nation as well. You're currently being followed, would you believe, by 767,000 right now, listening to you guys.
Wow.
You know, so...
Wow,
absolutely. But yet again, I could tell you a dirty joke, but I'm not going to. All about sheep and Australians. But there's... Well, actually, I'm going to take you all out and show you a few of the farms around the area, because Barbara's sort of the government's kind of heavy on the tax when you're buying up land these days, so we only bought half. But I tell you what, we're looking at sharing some and sheep farming, and so we thought, what a great idea! Why not bring everybody to a sheep farm? And we'll have to supply you with some black singlets, though, to be able to fit in with the rest of the guys. And have a blast riding around on sheep. I think we'll have a sheep race. I'm going to come to your country and ride your cows.
There you go. Moose.
Moose.
Moose riding.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that is a blast. I want to give that a go.
I don't know if that's a thing.
It is now. It is now. I'm going to hold you to that, Sean. You're going to take me out and show me. Just go along and participate like me by eating the popcorn.
I don't know. You guys play hockey? I don't know. There you go.
Agree. Just trying to get an idea of what your sporting likes and dislikes are, because I also have a sport. Oh, Koto, by the way, is a indigenous name for grandfather. Okay, so yeah. Blank, and I apologise for that because I'm so used to talking to our own people here in their own language. So if I do
I'm Métis, so I'm part of one of the indigenous groups of Canada.
Nice, very nice. Well, actually. Keep you.
Nice.
But while you're
no
down,
one has a problem with that.
Great. Money would be nice. We'll keep you down here. That won't ever find you. Anyway. While you're on tour and while you're doing your tours at the moment, we have you down for about 6 here in New Zealand, 6 in Australia, and 2 in the Cooks in Fiji. Well, 1 in the Cooks, 1 in Fiji. And we decided we're going to start you off in a nice warm environment and let you finish in what closest to the poles, if you know what I mean. So you get a nice chill down there.
So it's like Canada.
Middle of North Island on the eastern side, right by the beaches and everything like that. Currently, our temperature right now is, and we work in about 30 degrees in the summertime, so shouldn't be too much of a difference there. You should be quite comfortable with coming here.
We have the same climate.
So yeah, our grass is very green. It's the primarily our export here in this town is to export logs to China. Long ago, we had a big earthquake down in the South Island in a place called Christchurch, and we were hoping to be able to supply parliamentarians. They work by a different rule, don't they? I think we should give them all a guitar.
There you go.
You know?
There we go.
There would be no wars in the world if everybody just picked up a guitar. What do you reckon, Sean?
I agree.
Anyway, let's do a little segue here. I want to actually play your title track off your EP, and believe me, I think it's that. And how long did it take to be able to master the whole copy and get it out there?
Well, only lived once. But is currently self-published, and so we worked with him on Only Live Once, and very fast process.
Yeah, a month is just like no time at all. Believe me, I've helped produce
What? Sorry?
anybody end up with a police record?
Police record?
Yeah, now. A noise control thing, or was it too many beer bottles being thrown at other people's houses?
So
Brilliant. You know, you see, I'm an engineer myself. I've been I'm going to get into Feel Good Feeling, then I'm going to come back and talk to you a little more about that particular track, and of course being the title track of your EP. Be right back with you. what a great album that's going to be when it's all completed. Got me and May online right now, and I know that your time is very, very short. I know that you're... today, and we can't wait to have you guys down here to be able to come and take we've got so much.
Next call up this interview is we'll call our manager to get rolling on the paperwork. Let's get this happening.
Yeah. Done for us today. Thank you for the back line in the back there. Thank you guys. Absolutely talented man. We can't wait for you guys to come down here. Thank you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, and wow, we're going to get these guys down to the country very, very shortly.